Hey guys, welcome to my presentation. Vote at 16, and I'm Fahim. My campaign is all about the right to vote for 16-year-olds. It targets a very controversial issue, which at times leaves the nation divided. The fact that young people who are old enough and mature enough to cast a vote are denied their vote in doing so is pretty much disgusting, even though we live in a democratic country. Only until recently, 16 and 17-year-olds almost had a chance to vote in the EU referendum. Unfortunately, there were quite a few MPs who blocked the plan which the House of Lords tried initiating. Just before that, there was the Scottish independence referendum, which allowed 16 and 17-year-olds to vote. Approximately 75% of them participated and casted their votes. The turnout of people aged 18 and 21 was 54%, which just really goes to show that young people are ready and more eager to vote compared to the older generation or older people. So, who is my audience? My target audience is a mix of people. I believe my primary audience are those aged 16 and 17. This is because they are the people who are being denied the right to vote. My secondary audience are MPs who are actually really powerful and actually can debate on this issue and essentially have a shot at getting it passed in Parliament. Furthermore, I urge those who are parents and have children at the age of 16 to help and back the case. My message is that you, the general public, should consider allowing 16 and 17-year-olds to vote. All over the country, 16 and 17-year-olds are being treated like adults at college and at work. 16 and 17-year-olds are also required to pay tax if they are working. Plus, some of them actually have to pay the adult. Pretty much all of them have to pay the adult fare for a train ticket, which is kind of messed up because society is constantly changing their minds on how to treat 16 and 17-year-olds. Right, facts and figures. So you can see here we've got a list of facts and figures. I'm going to go through them. So first of all, we've got Scottish independence referendum. You can see how many 16, 17-year-olds voted. Again, it was 75%. You can see in the middle how many countries allow 16-year-olds to vote in general elections, local elections, and I believe state elections. I'm not too sure. And finally, you can see that over 1.6 million 16 and 17-year-olds are denied the vote in the UK at the moment. And you can also see a list of members from Parliament, House of Lords, Scottish Parliament, and Assembly members. You can see a list of uh, members who actually back the cause, who want 16-year-olds, they want to give the right to 16-year-olds to vote. Okay, so with the poster campaign, um, in particular with my poster, I decided to try and keep it simple. I didn't want to bundle a whole load of things into it. Ideally, I wanted it to be simple but eye catching. So what I've done is I've got a background that I've blended it into the color light blue, so that it's kind of the opacity is probably about round about 50% off the top of my head. So I've blended it in and made it look really like blurry in order to ensure that you can see the text. And also another thing with the text, specifically the words denied and UK, I've changed the color so that it can stand out a bit more. Also, I wanted to have a landscape poster. As I feel landscape posters are more you have more of a option to be more creative with it essentially. Um, I just found it personally more easier to create this type of poster uh, for this particular campaign. My radio advert campaign, I'm planning on recording my voice and recording the voices of other 16-year-olds who also believe in the cause. I will try and get them to name an MP that they know of that backs the case, obviously, so that bring some, it can jog the minds of the viewers or the listeners, sorry, which is going to be helpful as it would spread the word in a sense. For my TV advert, I'm gonna produce an advert which will feature 16 and 17-year-olds who want to vote, and they're gonna give a reason to why they want to vote. I may use footage online, possibly of Parliament or of some form of protest that has been going on. Hopefully, the advert will be filmed in the best quality possible. I don't plan on changing camera angles too much, just a close up shot or medium close up shot of the person giving their views and state and give a reason to as why they want to vote. So primary research, you can see that I've interviewed about 10 people and I've asked them whether they're interested in politics. You can see that it's split in that sense. So 5 people are interested and 5 people aren't. Would they vote in elections if they were to be allowed to? Most of them said yes. Do you believe voting can make a change? Some say no. It seems that the 16 and 17-year-olds lack faith in the system. This may be because of how 16 and 17-year-olds are treated by maybe police officers, or how they're spoken about in the news. Sometimes it's not always positive thing. The media doesn't always talk in a positive way about youngsters, so that may be one reason. Anyway, that is almost the end of my presentation. Secondary research. I had a few more links, but they weren't very useful. As these two were the most useful. So the first one, Vote at 16, which is actually a campaign I found out about after I named my campaign, but I couldn't really rename my one. It was a bit too late for that. But it was this source really helped me out in when it came to giving facts and statistics. The second one actually helped give me information on the Scottish independence referendum and information of other countries. Both of them were really useful, as they actually gave me some form of knowledge of what MPs and House of Lord members are thinking. And anyway, that's pretty much my presentation. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.